Hey, it's a Wednesday afternoon, boys and girls, time once again for the award-winning Campbell Corner on Pioneer 90.1. Now, you might be curious as to what award that might be. Well, it's the Good Housekeeping Award. You can laugh, Angela.
Oh, good.
It's a joke, yes. No, it really isn't. We have won an award for Campbell Corner for best local production of a library talk.
Wow.
Really? I made that up.
Do you have can you cite that source?
Popular Mechanics.
Okay.
And the voice you just heard, and putting up with my very dry sense of humor, from the Campbell Public Library of East Grand Forks, Minnesota, Angela Salgado. Welcome back to Pioneer 90.1.
Thank you. Very glad to be here.
And the friendly confines. You like my decorations here?
Love it.
Are you into sports?
No, but
No?
I do like purple.
Okay, let's do a reset now. You've been on the air before, but for those who are listening for the first time or didn't hear you before on the air, what is your role, Angela Salgado?
Well, I am the new Public Services Librarian at Campbell.
And what does that mean?
That means that I help supervise circulation. I work with the media and advertising and all sorts of fun stuff. I get to do a lot of the things I used to do as an aide, but I also have some new responsibilities. And we're doing a lot of programs that I get to help support those efforts, just to get more people coming to our events. We've got some great stuff happening.
Now, you used the term librarian. A lot of people, when they walk into a library, if there's a worker there, someone who looks to be an authority, they're labeled a librarian.
Right.
What does it mean to be a librarian?
Well, I mean, it could be a couple. You could become a librarian a couple of different ways. There are people who do not have a master's in library science but have many, many years of experience in libraries, and I would consider them a librarian. For me, I have a master's in library science, and so that makes me a librarian.
Makes it official.
And some experience. I've got a little bit of that, too.
Hey, nice blend. All right, to our topics of discussion for this 9th day of August, number 1, your ongoing pop-up library at Good Sam's. Let's recap that. What is a pop-up library?
Sure. Well, a pop-up library is something new that we started back in January, where we bring a selection of books and audiobooks or other materials to an off-site location. We just put them in the back of my van, and we bring them over. We bring a checkout computer with us, and so we can check out books and check books in off-site. We started with Good Sam's. That was our first pop-up library, and it's just been really successful there. They love that we come to them. They love that they don't have to go out, especially if it's cold or icy,
Yes.
that they don't have to wait for a bus to get to the library.
Right.
We bring the books there. We set up once every 2 weeks, and we've gotten to the point where we know what series they're reading, and we can bring the next book in their series, or they will request books, and we can put those requests in and bring what they would like to read. But we've started something new there as well.
You have?
Yeah, we don't want to rest on our laurels.
No.
No.
Gotta keep moving ahead.
Yes. So we discovered that we have some residents at Good Sam's who really need large print. And we have a great selection of large print fiction at the library. But we don't have normally have a demand for large print nonfiction books. And so what we did is, at a couple of our residents at Good Sam's really like nonfiction memoirs and that kind of thing, or stories about dogs or stories about cats. And so what we did is we got some Kindles and Kindle Paperwhites, and we actually preloaded them with a selection of books that we knew the residents of Good Sam's would enjoy. And we brought them to be checked out just like a book. And so we were able to show the residents how to change the font size. And that way they can have any book they want as a large print book,
right,
without us actually having to purchase a large print copy of that book. We can purchase the ebook, and it can be used as a large print book, or it can be used by any other, patron who wants to read that book as well.
Now, for those listening, Good Sam's is the Good Samaritan Center in East Grand Forks.
Yes. what we figured out was the concern is actually getting the books onto the devices. Some of them even have Kindles, but it's getting it onto their Kindle. That was the struggle.
Right.
And so by bringing the Kindles already loaded with the books, all they have to do is click and open the book and start reading.
Okay, very good. Pop-up library continues, and again, one spot they've stopped at is Good Sam's. Over the summer, you went to a park, didn't you?
We did. We were at It's Williams Park on Mondays. We were working with St. Joseph's Social Care, the free lunch program. And so we saw families, we saw young children, and we got to open some new library cards. And we're looking for a new pop-up. We just love this idea, and so we're thinking about where we can start another pop-up.
And if listeners have ideas, contact you.
Absolutely. That would be great.
Very good. All right. Item number 2, upcoming programs including a sleepover for stuffed animals. This has been going on, I believe, for 3 or 4 years now, Campbell, something like that.
Yes.
And so give us details on what that means, the sleepover for stuffed animals.
Yes, well, they can drop their stuffed animals off on Friday, the 18th, August 18th. And so what happens is the stuffed animals actually sleep over in the library, and they get into quite a bit of mischief. Luckily, Andrea, our program director, stays with them and gets pictures of all the mischief they get into.
Oh, she gets to stay overnight.
Yes.
Now, a question for you tied to that. You mentioned mischief. I imagine some of these stuffed animals snore, so would there be a special section for them in the library?
Maybe there should be.
Charlotte's office, how about that? You just close the door.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
It's
Good
a possibility, yeah. Especially the elephants, the larger animals.
Right.
Okay, and then in the morning they're picked up by their owners.
They're picked up at 10:30, and there'll be some snacks for the families, and they'll have a chance to see what kind of mischief their stuffed animals got into during the night.
Sure.
So that's a lot of fun.
That is cool. That is great.
Yeah.
And item 3, a big eclipse coming up now, I believe August 21st, something like that. Okay. And Campbell's involved with that. And normally now you don't look at eclipses with the naked eye, the bare eye. You have to have special glasses for that.
Right.
And Campbell has those glasses.
We do.
So how can I acquire a special set of glasses to watch the eclipse?
Well, good question.
Well, thank you.
You just need to attend one of the events, and we will be giving out glasses while supplies last. Our first event is tomorrow night. And it's from 5 to 7. Okay. It's going to be really neat because it's centers. It's different stations. And so people can learn about the science behind the eclipse at all of these different stations. And so it's a come and go kind of thing, and great for families, for adults, for everybody. This is for all ages.
And that begins at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
And we will be giving out glasses at that event.
Now, that's the first opportunity. There's a second one.
There is. Okay. There'll be another event on Wednesday the 16th. We're going to actually create solar eclipse art. Yeah. That'll be really
That's
cool.
a cheap sound effect, by the way. That's our budget. Anyway, so you're looking for people to come in and be artistic when it comes to the sun.
Right.
And the moon.
Make some art.
All right. And that's a week from today.
That's correct.
All right. What time is that?
That one's at 5 o'clock as well.
Same time. Okay, 5 o'clock. So if you come again tomorrow or next Wednesday, you'll qualify for these special glasses to watch the eclipse.
Exactly.
And I assume there'll be areas to watch the eclipse at Campbell. Maybe the parking lot?
Yes, we will be having a viewing party on the 21st. Like you said, the eclipse will take place on the 21st. And so we're having a viewing party that day from 11 to 2.
Okay. We have time for one more point. Time is flying by.
Awesome.
There's a project with Public Health reminding people, especially parents, about vaccinations because school is starting soon.
Yeah. Well, we were really excited to get a call from Polk County Public Health asking us if we would be willing to do a display, just reminding parents. my understanding is we need to do more in this area, reminding parents about vaccinations and the importance of keeping up on that. So they brought in a beautiful display with some great information, and we added some wonderful books for young children, especially about, first visit to the doctor, first visit to the dentist, vaccinations, immunizations. And so it was a wonderful partnership that we got to, spread some really important information and add some books in that help children understand, that this is not as scary as it may seem. And
that's a great link. As they learn early on, you can find great resources at your local library.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wonderful. Where's that display, by the way, Campbell?
When you come in, it's behind the card catalog, the library catalog computer.
Okay.
So,
So you come in the main doors, take a right.
Yeah.
And go through the archway.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then take your first left.
First left. Wonderful. Well, Angela, thank you so much for coming in again and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You have to be here
Glad
more
to
often.
be here.
Yeah. Next time, bring treats, okay?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. Campbell Corner, Wednesday afternoons at 3:05 on Pioneer 90.1.